Hey guys, it's Sekaar, and we're going to be going over my first ever MagSorc PvP build. I have literally never played MagSorc before the last few weeks, so I was very excited to try something brand new, and I kind of wanted to try something on my own a little bit. I don't know how much of this was done. I really don't look at other people's build videos, so I kind of tried to do something that was semi-new, but still had damage and kind of felt familiar. So I hope that you guys enjoy my build video, and also if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do so. It is free. And we are honestly moving right along with that sub count. So guys, thank you so much everybody who subbed. Let's just get on with the video. Alright guys, let's get started. First things first, we're going to look at our character sheet. We're going to be a Breton on our MagSorc. I think Breton is the best race for this because it really can help our sustain, and overall it's going to help our magic as well. So I really like this a lot for your sustain. If you want to build more damage, maybe go something like Khajiit, but overall I think Breton is really good for your sustain. Our attributes are going to break down into 48 points into magic and 16 points into health to give us a max magic pool. Okay, so this is before we're fully buffed up because we're going to be using death dealers on this build. So we're going to be increasing this by about 3k each. So our max magic is going to be at 36k unbuffed, which is going to get to about 39k. Our max health is going to be 27.4k and it's going to get to over 30k. Then our max stamina pool is going to be at 13.2k, and again that's going to be at over 16k when we're fully buffed. Our weapon damage is going to be about 3k, which honestly you don't need weapon damage on a MagSorc really too much. But overall, our pen is going to be at 13.5k. I really like that amount of pen. I'm hitting like an absolute truck, and I love it like this. Our Mundus is going to be the lover to increase our physical and spell pen by 3,400. And then we're also going to be a Vampire Stage 3 to reduce our damage taken the lower health we are. That undeath passive is vital for PvP right now. I wish that ZeniMax would nerf it, but they don't. So until they do, we're still going to be running it. And then we're also going to be using our Tayum Pickled Fishbowl. This is going to increase our max health by 5,400 and our max magic by 4,900. Our gear is going to break down like this. Our monster set is going to be a brand new monster set from this past patch. It's going to be Roxa the Warped. So we're going to be using a well-fitted light helmet. And so what this does is it gives you the one piece, gives you stamina, magic, and health recovery. And the two piece is each second you are in combat, you gain a stack of dark light up to 30 stacks max. And then, so basically that's going to increase your stamina recovery by 8 every second you're in combat. So that's huge. If we do the math on this, 8 times 30, that's 240 stamina and magic recovery. So that is huge for your overall sustain, plus the extra 67 from the initial one piece. So you're getting 307 recovery on both your stamina and magic from this, and I really think that this is really good for your overall sustain. It kind of takes it so that we do not need to use Wretched Vitality on this build, and we can just go a lot more offensive. So I really like this as a little bit of a different build than normal, and yeah, I kind of recommend this. If you don't have this new monster set yet, I recommend just going with the classic Mighty Chudan and the Rallying Cry Wretched Vitality build, but until then, honestly, I really like this build so far. So again, a light Roxa helmet in well fitted, and our shoulder is going to be medium in well fitted. And then we're going to use all max magic glyphs on this, so I'm very excited about that as well. It's completely different, and I don't need to spend a fortune on prismatic glyphs as well. Our chest piece is going to be a heavy Cuirass of the Trainee in Reinforced with a max magic glyph on it. This is just a great way to just get your overall tankiness up. Your chest piece is the biggest piece, so if you can get this heavy and Reinforced, it increases your armor as much as possible. Our front bar set is going to be Draugr in the light, well, Draugr is a light set, I don't know why I'm saying that, in the Defiance trait with a max magic glyph on. So this is going to be your front bar set. This is going to give you max magic, offensive pen, magic recovery, then increases your damage done by 318, but reduces your healing taken by 10%. So it doesn't really matter about your healing. So this is basically every single damage ability that you do, it's going to add 318 extra damage onto it at the end of it. So it is really good for your overall damage, and honestly, it's a great damage set to use when you're using Force Ball, so it's proccing so many different pieces of damage at once. And then also light Draugr sash in well fitted as well, and then light Draugr shoes in Divines as well. Our other set is going to be Rallying Cry. This is going to be your back bar set. So we're going to have Rallying Cry in Divines with a max magic enchantment on it. So this is going to give you, this is your back bar set, and this is going to give you crit chance, max magic, crit chance again. Then while Battle Spirit is active, aka while you're either in Cyrodiil, Imperial City, Battlegrounds, or a duel, critically healing yourself or an ally basically gives you an extra it's 300 extra weapon and spell damage, and an extra 1611 crit resist for 20 seconds. So it's really easy to keep on proccing that over and over again, so it's always up. And I always recommend using this in a small group or a solo because you do not have to really lower that cost at all. And then our jewelry is going to be Rallying Cry in the Arcane trait. Arcane, we always want to build max magic onto your MagSorc builds, so Arcane is the best way to do that. And then also it's going to have a magic recovery glyph on it. And then Death Dealer's Fate in the Arcane trait. This is going to be our mythic on this build. This is with a weapon and spell damage enchantment on it as well, with the magic recovery side of it. And so this is basically the same thing as your Roxa helmet, but this is just going to give you max health, stamina, magic instead. So again, every 2 seconds that you're in combat, you're going to gain a stack, and it's going to increase your overall health, stamina, and magic by 88. So let's do the math real quick. 88 times 30 stacks, it's 2,640 health, magic, and stamina. So that is really good to keep your overall stats tanky and really kind of juicy. It gives you that little bit of oomph. That way you're not low health at all times. So I really like this. This is a great way to increase your max magic, your max health, and it's honestly just really good for your overall sustain. And then our other jewelry piece is going to be Rallying Cry ring in the Arcane trait with a weapon and spell damage enchantment on it with the magic recovery side of it as well. And then our front bar is going to be a Draugr Inferno Staff in the Sharpen trait with a shock damage enchantment on it. That way we're always proccing that shock on them. That way we always get that status effect on them at all times. And then also our back bar is going to be Rallying Cry in the Infused trait with Rallying Cry Ice Staff in the Infused trait with an increased weapon and spell damage enchantment on it. That way we're trying to get that up as much as possible. So, you know, we do have a little bit of a higher weapon and spell damage. You know, it does help. And then our skills are going to break down like this. Our main spammable is going to be Crushing Shock. This is going to be, you know, what you're weaving all of your abilities with, basically. And on top of this, every single damage ability on here, so you're going to hit them for 2,742 flame damage, 2,742 frost damage, and then 2,864 shock damage. All of that is going to be increased by your Draugr. Every single one of those is going to be increased by that. So all of that damage is going to be increased every time you use this as well. So that's awesome. Hardened Ward, this is going to be your shield on this build. So, you know, when you're taking a lot of damage and, you know, you want to keep this up at all times. That way you're not getting hit and you're not getting hit hard. That way, you know, your health is always up and you could always just keep on going offensive at all times too. Haunting Curse, this is a great way to line up your burst. It's basically a delayed damage effect on them. So if you can line up your Haunting Curse with like a Streak, Crushing Shock, Frag combo, or even a Meteor, it is honestly so much damage and it bursts people and they don't even realize it. So it is a lot of damage on them and I definitely recommend using this. And then Streak, this is going to, honestly, you can do so many things with Streak. You can engage, you can disengage, you can CC your enemies. It also does a little bit of damage too, so it's a little bit extra for your burst too when you're streaking them. So it's a very good ability to have, and I definitely recommend using the Streak morph for this and not the Ball of Lightning one. You definitely want that CC on them. And then Crystal Frag, this is going to be a great source of just honestly burst damage. You don't want to use the hard cast, but if you read the second part of this, while slotted, casting a health, magic, or stamina ability has a 33% chance of causing your next Crystal Frag to be an instant deal. Also dealing 66% more damage and costing 50% less magic. So if you can get it so that your Crystal Frag procs on an instant cast instead of your hard cast, it is a very good way to combo your damage so that you're hitting this and your frag and then your Crushing Shock simultaneously. Basically, it is a lot of damage that you can line up together, and I definitely recommend using it like that. And then Ice Comet, I like this morph better because it does more damage. I like it a lot. Comboing this with your Streak and then all of your other abilities is just so much overall damage, and a lot of people have a tough time with this, and I've been absolutely having a blast with it. And then our back bar is going to be Boundless Storm. This is going to be your source of major Major Resolve. Sorry, I forgot the name of it for a second. I was reading Major Expedition on the bottom. This is going to be your source of Major Resolve, so it's going to increase your physical and spell resistance by 6k. Then also you're going to be doing damage every second around you too. So, you know, I mean, that helps too. Every 2 seconds, sorry. So that helps too. And on top of that, you also get Major Expedition, so it's going to increase your movement speed by 30%. So that's awesome. And then Ellie's Susceptibility, we already have, what, 13k pen on here, so we're also going to be applying them with Major Breach with Ellie's Susceptibility, so your pen's going to get to at least 19k on them, basically, so that is huge, and I definitely recommend it. Also, every 7.5 seconds that the enemy is afflicted with this, they're going to be afflicted with the Burning, Chilled, and Concussion status effects. So honestly, we're basically having concussion status effects on the enemy at all times, and I definitely recommend that for your overall damage. And then Resolving Vigor, this is going to be your main heal over time. So, you know, when you want your shield up and you're taking too much damage, Resolving Vigor is going to kind of get you back to full health, kind of. And I definitely recommend this. This is also going to give you minor resolves, which is going to increase your physical and spell resistance by 3k overall. And then also Dark Conversion. This is honestly a great ability as it is, and it's already getting buffed next patch too, so I'm looking forward to it. You're going to be trading your stamina for 11,200 health and also 4,500 magic. So it is a great way to just keep your overall health up, and it's really good for your overall sustain because you don't need your stamina too much. Your only stamina ability is your Resolving Vigor, so it's really not that bad as far as your stamina sustain goes. And then Crit Surge. This is a great, amazing, perfect ability. I honestly love this so much. You get Major Brutality and Sorcery from this, so you're increasing your weapon and spell damage by 20%. And on top of that, critically damaging anybody grants you a heal this can occur every 1 second. You can heal for 3,696 health, so you're basically healing for 4k every time. And honestly, that is huge. Because, you're just going offensive, you keep your Resolving Vigor up, you have your shield up, and, you're at half health, but you're, doing damage. You hit them with a Crushing Shock, and that's so many damages going out at once. One of them is bound to crit, and that's going to heal you a little bit too. So then you go again. Another one is going to heal you again even more. So honestly, that amount of healing is really nice for you. And then Power Overload. This has been a very nice ability to use. If you can combo this, if you have a lot of ultimate, say you have like 500 ultimate, use some Power Overload on the enemy, and then you switch over to your front bar and drop an Ice Combo on them while you're comboing all of your other abilities, you're going to be hitting like a truck. Comboing your Power Overload with like your Crushing Shock and your Crystal Frag too, and then your Haunting Curse on top of that, you're doing so much damage. It is, I can't stress enough. I absolutely love this ability. And then finally, our champion points. Our blue slottables are going to be Deadly Aim, Master at Arms, Fighting Finesse, and Ironclad. Our red slottables are going to be Bastion, Survival Instincts, Sustained by Suffering, and Pain's Refuge. And our green slottables, the only ones that really matter are Breakfall, Rationer, and Liquid Efficiency. I think that's it. I got Steed's Blessing on here because it's kind of a new character. So, add a combat move speed, easy. Also, Gifted Rider increases your mount speed by 10%, easy. I need that. It's a brand new character. So, yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Guys, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do so. It is free. And, we're just out here just making build videos for you guys. And I really like this. I'm really having a good time with this. So I'm really hoping that you guys are enjoying as well. And also, if you want to catch builds like this live in action, I stream 5 days a week, Saturday through Wednesday. So come stop by at twitch.tv/Sekaar. The link will be in the description. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys being here. This was my first ever MagSorc that I've ever played. I've been playing this game for like 7 years, 8 years at this point, and this is the first time I've ever played MagSorc, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. So I really hope that you guys enjoy. Cut me some slack, and I will see you guys on the next video. Later.